Once you've fully downloaded the database, you should see a message that says sync has completed successfully. There is a chance, however, that you will not see this message and you may see some other pop up, but the most important aspect is that you see in the lower right hand corner it says synced 540,574 out of 540,574 records. Now that number changes with each database release that we do. You can see the version date to the left, and we'll indicate and we'll let you guys know if we're refreshing the database and you need to re-download it. But the most important aspect is that you see the total number synced matches the total number of records. Once that's happened, you're now ready to go and start buying books. Now, if we jump over to the scan screen, I'd like to go over some of the options that are on here. So you'll notice it just actually scanned this title. And so in single scan mode, this is the screen that comes up. So for this ISBN, we pay $3. Now, if this happens to be an annotated or instructor, we pay a different price. This is not something you necessarily need to worry about for the student buyback, but sometimes when we're buying from bookstores or from faculty members, they have annotated or instructor editions of these books, and those are the prices indicated below. However, if this is a student edition, which is most likely the case when it's a student buyback, the price we would be willing to pay is $3. And you can add that to your buy list by simply clicking Add to My List. Now, in the buy list, you can also change the price. Let's say the condition is very poor, or let's just say you want to have a little bit stronger of a price. You can change it, and it will then reflect down here at the bottom in the new total. Secondly, you can delete the entire order in the upper right hand corner, or on each line item you can right swipe and see a delete now button. Secondarily, you can swipe to the left, and if you want to change it to instructor edition or annotated edition, it will then change the price to reflect properly, and you can see the verbiage changed there. And lastly, you can then update the quantity if indeed there are more than one copy of this same book. Now you can go back to the scan screen and you can see at the top the count has changed to 5 because I put the number of books at 5. So that tells you your total book count. It tells you the total that you're willing to pay for that book and the last scanned price of that book. Now a really important component is that 2x. When you're doing a student buyback, you're going to want to make sure that that's a 2x and not a 1x. If you're doing faculty buying, you'll want that to be a 1x. The other thing I want to describe is these two options that you'll notice here, the single scan mode and the multi-scan mode. Single scan mode is exactly what you saw. It pops up a screen for each title and tells you all the details. Multi-scan mode is if you have several books in a row that you're going to want to scan without needing to stop, then you would put it in multi-scan mode and it can scan them in without needing to wait. You'll notice that the count of books just incremented higher. See, 7. So that you don't need to see that pop up, the same pop up that you see in single scan mode. This is really only useful if you're doing a lot of books at the same time. So once you've scanned all the titles that you're planning to buy, you'll be here at the complete order screen. You click complete order. Again, you have a chance to override the total amount paid if necessary. You would choose the school that you're buying at. Let's say that we are at University of Kentucky. You put the name, their email, now, adding the name and email is a very important component, and we actually compensate you. If you properly populate the name and email of your checkout receipt, we add $1 payout per order that you do. So if you end up, transacting with several hundred students over the course of finals week, that can easily add several $100s to your total checkout. It's an important component because it sends a receipt to the student and logs them in our database to let us know, which consumers transacted with us for tax purposes and things like that. So it's a really important component. And then once that's complete, you just click submit and your order is complete. And you'll get an order placed successfully. And it's that simple.